Hello students, in this class we will discuss about the common collector configuration, how the BJT acts as the common collector. So look at here, this is the collector, it is common for the input as well as output. Here the input voltage is VBC, and the input current is IB, and output voltage is VCE, and output current is the IC. Output current is the IE, sorry. Output current is the IE. Okay, we are giving input voltage as VBC and it will take the input current is the IB. Output current is VCE, output current is IE. Just note down these things. First, input voltage is VBC. Next, input current is IB and output voltage is VCE. Output current is IE. So mainly the input terminal is the base terminal and output terminal is the emitter terminal. Collector terminal is used for the common for the base terminal and the emitter terminal. So here if we draw the input and output characteristics are like this. Look at here, the input characteristics means the input voltage versus the input current. Input voltage versus the input current. Input voltage is VBC in terms of volt and input current is IB in the microamps generally. Why microamps? Base is always in microamps only. So here whenever we have to fix the output voltages, first you have to take the output voltage VC equal to 3 volts, and for that case if you slowly increasing the, if you keep the VC at the 3 volts, if you slowly increasing the output voltage at 2 volts, it will get the maximum current, maximum 80 microamps of current. When we are increasing slowly from 2 to 3 volts, then the base current will be automatically decreases because it is a reverse biased junction. And here also if we are increasing the VCE, if you keep the collector emitter voltage at 5 volts, then the slowly increasing it will get the initial current at the approximately between the 4 to 6 volts. That value is the more than 80 amps. After that, by increasing the output voltage, the current will be decreases and reaches to 6 amps because it is a base current acting like this. By fixing the VBC, by fixing the input voltage, by varying the input voltage, by fixing the output voltage, fixed output voltages, clear? Yeah, when we are doing the experiment, these types of characteristics will be formed. Why this type of characteristics? Because if you observe here, this is input means it is positive to negative. Initially base and collector, we are sending from collector to base. Initially high amount of electrons will be crosses and after that the electrons will be decreases due to this reverse biased case. Okay, it is these characteristics acting only for this common collector configuration. And next, the output characteristics. Here look at the output characteristics. So when we are varying the output voltage, the output current is nothing but the emitter current that will be varied like this. For 10 microamperes, so that current will be slight increases and like this. For this is the fixed values of the base currents. These are the base currents IB. Okay. For this, by varying the input voltage, it will follow the curve. For 20 microamps, it will slightly increases and increases this curve. For 30 microamperes it is also follow the curve. For 60, and we have the 40, 50, 60 also. So output characteristics are increases, but output current, if you observe the output current, it is in milliamps, the voltage in the volts. These are the input and output characteristics of the common collector configuration. Okay, now basically if you observe output characteristics here, the output characteristics of common emitter, output characteristics of common emitter configuration will be approximately equal to the output characteristics of common collector configuration. Okay, this type of characteristic, generally common collector configuration, this configuration is useful, CC configuration is useful for impedance matching. Okay, impedance matching purpose, application of impedance matching, it is the useful. And because if you observe here, because input impedance is high and output impedance is the low, input impedance is high and the output impedance is low, output impedance is low. Look at here, this input impedance is high means, that's why the current will be decreases like this, the current will be decreases. And output impedance is low means, if you observe here, the output current will be increased in the manner, that's why it is useful. Okay, the application is the impedance matching. Next, now we will derive some equations regarding the common collector configuration. In that equations, generally you know that the relation between the collector current and emitter current equal to alpha times of emitter current. So generally collector current approximately equal to the emitter current. This point you know that, because 95 to 95% of the emitter current will be supplied to the collector current only. So keep a equation, and in generally emitter current will be nothing but it is combination of base current plus the collector current. Okay, but collector current we can represent like this, that is, you know the collector current value, that is alpha into IE plus common base leakage current. It will be derived from the common base CB configuration. In the CB configuration, this is the relation between input and output. Just to substitute in place of IC. Then you have the emitter voltage equal to common collector. This is, so replace IC, so IB, replacing IC with the equation, that is alpha into IE plus ICBO. Okay, here IE both are common, just common the IE, you will get 1 minus alpha into IE equal to IB plus ICBO. So now you can write the IE equal to 1 by 1 minus alpha IB plus 1 by 1 minus alpha ICBO. So finally you can write the collector emitter, the output current equal to gamma into IB and gamma into 1 by ICBO. Here I am replacing gamma is nothing but 1 by 1 minus alpha. Gamma is nothing but 1 by 1 minus alpha. This is the gamma. So now you can write the emitter current value is like this. But ICBO, generally ICBO value is very low. That's why I can write like this. So emitter current equal to gamma into IB. So in this we can find out gamma IE by IB. Gamma is current amplification factor in the common collector configuration. In this, IE is the output, IB is the input. IE is the output and IB is the input. So we are deriving the relation between the output current as well as the input current. Okay, so this is the equation in the common collector configuration. Okay, so this is about the common collector configuration of the BJT. Okay, so we have discussed three configuration: common collector, common base and common emitter. In this we are getting three amplification factors. So we have to derive the relation between these three amplification factors. So once again we recollect these amplification factors. Those are: first, alpha. What is alpha? Alpha is current amplification factor in the common base. So alpha can be divided once again: current amplification factor. Amplification means increasing the signal strength. The factor is useful. Amplification factor in common base. Common base means CB. You can take common. The formula is simply we can write the collector current by emitter current simply. Okay, this is generally we can tell in the form of, if we are applying the DC signal, for example the DC signal, then directly collector current by the emitter current. And if you are applying the AC signal, then changing collector current by change in the emitter current. So this is current amplification factor alpha. What about beta? Same concept. This is again current amplification factor in common emitter. This is in common emitter mode. So here in this, what is input? Input is base current is the input and collector current is the output. So here the beta DC equal to, we can write the collector current by base current. And beta, if you are applying the AC signal, then automatically change in collector current by change in base current. Same as if you take the gamma. Gamma is also same thing. That is, so current amplification factor in common collector configuration. So here simply this is also input current by output current by input current. This is for if we are applying the DC signal, directly it is emitter current by base current, and if we are applying the AC, then same change in emitter current by change in base current. Okay, in the each and every case we have to take one thing, that is here don't forget this is V output voltage is constant. VC is constant. Here VCB is constant. Beta is VCE is VCB is common base means, so no need here generally. So this is the equations, general equation, no problem at all. So here these are the factors, but we can introduce a relation between these factors. So in order to introduce this relation, directly you know that the emitter current equal to, generally emitter current is nothing but this is the combination of base current plus collector current. So here equation divide with the base current, then the emitter current by base current, and base current by base current it is 1, and again collector current by base current. Okay, right. So from this you know that the emitter current by base current is nothing but the gamma 1 plus this is the beta. Okay, this is the first relation, that is gamma 1 plus beta, gamma 1 plus beta. Okay, so this is the relation between gamma and beta. So from this, but we know that relation between beta and alpha, beta equal to alpha by 1 minus alpha. Okay, from this using substitute in the above equation, gamma equal 1 plus beta means alpha by 1 minus alpha. Finally you will get the gamma equal to 1 by 1 minus alpha, 1 by 1 minus alpha. So from this we can write the relation between alpha, beta and the gamma. That is, therefore the complete relation gamma equal to 1 by 1 minus alpha plus 1 plus beta, 1 plus beta. So this is the relation between the alpha, beta and the gamma. By using this relation we can do the more problems. Okay, if you know the alpha in common base configuration, and if you know the beta common emitter configuration, if you know the common collector configuration, we can find out the any amplification factor. So by using this formula, that is the gamma equal to 1 by 1 minus alpha equal to 1 by 1 plus beta. Okay, so this is the relation between the alpha, beta and the gamma. Okay, I hope all of you understand this session. Thank you.